Hello everyone, welcome to Gaswood CD, fellow South Africans. Hozani, sondelani, haibo hosondabo, namhlola sondelani. I've got some great news for us. You know what? I was busy minding my own business. Just when I was about to go do my evening walk, I get a WhatsApp message from my pet who was like, "Hey, have you seen this?" And I'm like, "Okay." Oh. I knew that Mrs. World was coming up, but in my mind, I thought it was sometime in February. Then I remembered, no, man, it's Miss World that is in February in Dubai. Mrs. World is in January. And I don't like bragging, guys. We are not a country that likes bragging. But because we get challenged and put up there as failures, losers, as in like second place is anyways, I don't want to go too far. Guys, did you see Nibonil? Mrs. South Africa is Mrs. World 2025. Yeah, the 40th Mrs. World is a Mrs. South Africa. And I know this girl because on her YouTube channel, I do follow her. She does do like I do the Senzo Mewa case, and she also does it, but she does it more in depth because she's a lawyer. With some of us, we just do it because we have brains and we're trying to find out exactly what's going on in that matter. So I am subscribed to her channel, and now to see her as Mrs. World, I didn't even know that she was Mrs. South Africa at some point. But yeah, I thought, no, I see what's going on. She was Mrs. South Africa 2023, and Mrs. South Africa 2024 is that lady that I showed you guys that belonged to that band. And then Mrs. South Africa 2023 is the one that went to Mrs. World 2025, and she came back home with the crown. This happened about 11 hours ago upon filming this video. So guys, I thought, let me just show you Uguti. Once again, we are the best. The light will continue to shine on South Africa. And I repeat, God's country, it is South Africa. You know why? Because the people of South Africa have adopted the nature of God. Humility is the third element. Before I said it was love and forgiveness. The third is humility. Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he will lift you up. It's not me. It's in the Bible. It's not me. Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he will lift you up higher and higher. That is South Africa's position right now. With everything that's going on in the world, we will continue being the lighthouse of this world. And Mrs. World has proven that. Well done, Mrs. South Africa. Well done, Mrs. World. The 40th Mrs. World. Thank you so much for representing us. I know it's not just for South Africa because we are not selfish. This victory also goes to Africa at some point as well. So yeah, we share like that. That's who we are. And I am so happy. And congratulations to you. Congratulations, South Africa, once again. Keep shining. Anyways, guys, without too much talking, here's a video of her swimwear, traditional wear, as well as an evening wear. I don't know, for some reason, I don't like capes on evening wears, but hey, if it is a winning, touch, then hey, let's put capes on. And then the final video is when she is in the top 3. In fact, the top 2, because the video, the top 3, I usually not going to show that. In the top 2, Miss Sri Lanka is second runner-up. Is it first runner-up? How do you put this? First runner-up. Sorry, she's the first runner-up. And then Mrs. World is Miss South Africa. Yes, us once again, the winners. Yeah, let's celebrate, guys. Let's have a great time. We needed this good news with all these attacks that we've been getting from all these people that are jealous of our country. Other than that, please don't leave the video without liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'll see you later. Goodbye. I need to go take my evening walk now. Bye.
South Africa. Mrs. South Africa is Sehlo Hailai. She is a self-employed attorney, brand ambassador, and model. She and husband Saipo Hailai have been married for 5 years. He is a national contract center manager with Massmart. Together they have one son, Waikanyo. She was a member and head chorister of the world-renowned Mzansi Youth Choir. She is Mrs. South Africa. South Africa.
My attire beautifully blends Ndebele and Xhosa cultures, showcasing our rich heritage, vibrant artistry, and natural resources. A true celebration of unity and diversity.
South Africa. Mrs. South Africa is Sehlo Hailai. She has her Bachelor of Law degree and a postgraduate diploma in labor law from the University of Johannesburg. She loves creating educational content for her personal YouTube channel, My Lawyer's Corner. She also collects and donates school uniforms and shoes to underprivileged schools in South Africa. She is Mrs. South Africa.
Good luck to you both. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to announce the first runner-up first, and I want to thank and congratulate our first runner-up. And our first runner-up is Mrs. Sri Lanka. Mrs. South Africa, you are the new Mrs. World. I refer to you as Mrs. South Africa because once she puts that crown on your head, you will become the 40th Mrs. World. Mrs. World, it's time to take your first walk. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for our brand new Mrs. World. Sehlo Hailai of South Africa.
Oh my God.
You are so